We invite all listeners to tune in every Thursday at approximately 7:25 a.m. for TTUTA Speaks, a program which deals with all issues affecting teachers, schools, and the education sector in general. So join us right here on I-95.5 every Thursday morning at 7:25. A blessed Thursday morning to all I-95.5 listeners. This is the segment TTUTA Speaks, and I am your presenter, Patricia Eversley. The Trinidad and Tobago Unified Teachers Association recently held its 41st annual Conference of Delegates earlier in December 2020 in a virtual format. Mrs. Antonia Tika de Freitas, in her president's message, was compelling in both her promise of commitment and strength and in her brutal and forthright honesty in admissions of shortcomings. She began by referencing the seminal passage in Charles Dickens's A Tale of Two Cities. It was the best of times, it was the worst of times, it was the age of wisdom, it was the age of foolishness, it was the epoch of belief, it was the epoch of incredulity, it was the season of light, it was the season of darkness, it was the spring of hope, it was the winter of despair. And she outlined how 2020 invoked memories of similar dichotomies of situations and continuously threaded Dickens's thoughts throughout her address. She reflected that, as the pandemic touched our Twin Island state, many persons reacted with typical Trini nonchalance. As stricter restrictions were imposed, some experienced a winter of despair. As the union moved to initially proffer moral support to educators, the association also recognized where it fell short in service to membership. There was the recognition that tutors' weaknesses were being exposed and that the association was in crisis. But that recognition in itself signaled another dichotomy. The strength to acknowledge where you falter gives the power to make the initial step in striving towards success. Mrs. de Freitas also referenced Stephen M.R. Covey's work entitled The Speed of Trust, where several trusting leadership behaviors include creating transparency, practicing accounting, righting wrongs, confronting reality, and talking straight. The President assured that the good will be taken with the bad. The successes will be highlighted, but there will be acceptance of instances where errors have been made and measures will be taken to correct these and stem the tide of membership discontent and nurture springs of hope. The President echoed Education International's articulation that teacher unions have a key role to play in achieving sustainable development goals, implying that the association must at every turn reaffirm education as a fundamental human right and a public good. The President referenced the sentiments of Dennis Siniolo, where he stated, quote, "Governments should take legislative, financing, and pragmatic measures to guarantee this right, including the right to decent work for teachers and education support personnel." End quote. Members are therefore assured that the association continues to seek economic advice that would ultimately ensure financial security for members. The President commented that 2020 presented an opportunity to step back and evaluate the service of the association over the past 41 years. Operations, services, and philosophies must be adapted to reimagine the future. The organizational resilience framework must focus on enhancing members' human capital potential, fostering sound leadership strategies, and adapting organizational cultures. Crisis mitigation strategies must be developed that can easily align with state efforts to sustain quality education. The association is moving toward a future where there should be a mindset of astute action on behalf of educators. This can truly lead to the ultimate benefit of members and the education system as a whole. You have been listening to TTUTA Speaks. You can contact us at TTUTAPRESIDENT1 That's tutorpresident1 @gmail.com, or telephone TTUTA's head office at 645-2134, 645-3825, or 663-2738.